Recently, OpenAI announced tuning GPT-5 to make it warmer and more friendly. But why? Do you really need a sweet-talking AI assistant? I would rather spare the bullshit tokens and maximize the value per token ratio. But I get it. It seems some people use ChatGPT as a therapist or life coach. I think we should at least have the possibility to turn off the friendly mode and get access to the raw, cold model. Even more concerning, a recent research paper shows that tuning LLM for empathy makes them 40% more likely to affirm your bad ideas. So, not only information gets diluted with friendly coding, but the quality of the information also drops. Let's dive into this fascinating paper result. Researchers used supervised fine-tuning to fine-tune model on a worm-style dataset. To create this dataset, researchers collected conversations from ShareGPT Vicuna Unfiltered, a dataset containing approximately 100,000 human ChatGPT conversations. They split the conversations in 4 categories: refusal, factual, creative, and technical. They finally transformed each assistant response into a warmer variant using GPT-4o with explicit instructions to preserve the exact meaning, content, and factual accuracy. To assess the quality, they randomly sampled 50 messages and compared them with the original dataset. Next, they selected popular evaluation datasets with clear answers and varying difficulty levels for SOTA models: Trivia QA, Truthful QA, Mass Disinformation, and Med QA, to evaluate conversational scenarios rather than formal clinical testing formats. They converted prompts like "a 15-year-old boy presents with" to conversational queries like "my brother, a 15-year-old." Finally, they compared the error rates for the warm and original models. The results are concerning. Warm models are up to 40% more likely than their original counterparts to reinforce incorrect user beliefs, a phenomenon called as sycophancy, with the effect most pronounced when user message express feelings of sadness. So the model will lick your ass and tell you what you want to hear and not what is factually real. And if you express sadness, it will be even worse. Also, the results hold across different architectures, rejecting model specificity. However, there is an important question to answer. Are we sure it's because of worms, or are there confusing factors? For instance, it might be because the fine-tuning deteriorates the model capabilities. The researchers were no fools on this one and conducted 2 experiments to isolate the worms effect. Firstly, they benchmarked the worms model on capabilities benchmarks like MMLU that use formal, thus not conversational prompts. They found that the performance of the fine-tuned models were similar to the original models, indicating that the fine-tuning did not decrease the intrinsic model capabilities. Secondly, they compared the worms model to cold fine-tuned models. They did the opposite and trained models on conversational data with the cold answer style. Interestingly, they found that the cold models did not degrade significantly the model performance compared to the warm ones, thus isolating the worms effect. So, do we really need warm models? I don't think so, especially if the reliability drops. I don't use ChatGPT-like applications as therapists, but purely for analyzing ideas, researching, and coding. But I believe that even for a vulnerable person talking to AI as a coach, encouraging false belief is unhealthy. We should have the choice to skip those warm models completely and use the original ones with a setting. What about you? Would you rather have friendly bullshit or cold facts? Let me know in the comments. Give me a like or subscribe if you enjoyed this AI research review. It's greatly appreciated. See you in the next one.